Now we are going to discuss about the concept called as intents. So in order to perform the navigation in Android, a communicative object is defined. That communicative object is called as intents. So in order to call from one activity to another activity, we are in need of intent. We have to make a note of it that the content provider cannot be called from intent, but the activity to service, activity to broadcast receiver, and those things can be possible by intents. There are two types of intents. One is implicit intent and another one is explicit intent. Let us now discuss how to implement those intents in Android through Kotlin. First of all, we will discuss how to implement the explicit intent, and in turn why we are in need of implicit intent and how to do this. Let us get into File, New Project. Let us choose the empty activity for phone and tablet. Click Next. Let us give the file name as explicit underscore intent 1. So the language has to be chosen as Kotlin and minimum SDK has to be chosen as some minimum SDK. I have chosen it as Jelly Bean. Let us click Finish. The project is loading. The project Explorer window is opening and it is loading. So it is loaded. So we are going to perform the explicit intent. That is, we are going to call from one activity to another activity. That is, we are going to call from one page to another page. So with the help of explicit intent, we are going to perform this thing. So in order to do this, we have to choose the app and we have to choose Java, and then the com.example.explicit underscore intent 1. This is my name. You have to right click it and then we have to get into new. Under the new, we have to choose activity, and in activity we have to choose empty activity. This is our second activity. Let the name be main activity 2. That's not a problem. Let's give finish. Now we are having two activity pages, activity.kt file. One is default main activity page and another one is the empty activity we have created just now. So now the aim is that activity main.xml. Here I am going to have one button, create one button. When I am clicking the particular button, it has to redirect to the next activity. That is activity main.main2. This is what my aim. Let us add the button, add to design. Now the button is added successfully. Let's place it somewhere else. Let's make it somewhat bigger, and then let us give the text name as something. Let's give the name as show. Okay. Now the button is created successfully. Now let us get into the code part. Yes, the button parts are created successfully. It shows the error. Let's see what is the error. Let's click it. So we have to give the add tools to missing constraint attribute. Let us wait for some time. We have to add some more attributes. So now whenever I am going to click the button, the second page has to be called. So that let us get into on click event. On click, when I press O on, when I type O on, the Android.on click is suggestion is shown here. Shall I press the on click? Let us give the show off. Let us give some function name. Let us give some function name. Again, I am going to give show as a function name. These two names should not be equal. These are not thing. The text name and on click show, it should be equal. If you ask the question, it should be equal. No need. They need not to be equal. Okay. So now again it shows the constraint. It shows the error. No problem. Let's click it. Here we have to don't give suppress add tools. If you give this, the on click event will become the missing constraint. Better you have to create. The suggestion is given here. Create show off in main activity.kt file. Click yes. Now the activity file is created. Let us get into the main activity.kt file. Yes, the function show off is created successfully. Now for this button, we will add the missing constraint attribute. No problem. So the error in the activity main.xml files are debugged successfully. Let us get into main activity.kt file. So inside the show method, let us give the code. Let us create the variable var. I am going to create the variable name as I, equal to I want to create the intent in order to communicate. It's a communicate object between the one or more activities. Let us type intent int. Whether the suggestion is given here, let's wait. Yes, intent suggestion is given here. So after that, I have to open, and here I have to connect the current activity into next activity, so that I have to give this in order to refer the current activity, and I have to call the second activity. The second activity is main activity 2. The main activity 2 is the activity which we have created. So main activity 2. The suggestion is given here. Let's choose main activity 2. So you have to give scope resolution operator, and then you have to choose class.java. After that, we have to start the activity. Start activity of the particular variable name. Let's give I. So this is what the thing we have to do in the KT file. Now the intent is created, which means that the current activity, that is current activity is main activity. This main activity is mapped to the second activity. This is the thing we have done. So now we have to get into the main activity 2.xml. Let us get into the second activity. Here there is nothing. Let's add one text view. Let's add the design. Bring it, and we can maximize it. Let us give the text as welcome to activity 2. So this is the thing. This is the message. This is the activity page. This page has to be referred when I click the button in the activity. Okay. So let us get into this. So let us get into the code part of the page. Again, here the error is shown. Let us give missing constraint. Okay, the error is removed successfully. Now let us execute the file. Let us give make project. Now the project is building. We will wait for some time. Okay, let us execute our project. So let's choose the emulator. It's executing. We have to wait. Yes. Let us zoom it. So explicit intent 1. The button is shown here. That's show off. Let us click the show. When I click the show, it has to be mapped with the second page. Yes, welcome to activity 2. This is now the activity 1 is mapped to activity 2. This is what the purpose of intent. This type of intent is called as explicit intent, because here we have to see this. Here we have given the activity name. If we know the activity name and if we map the current activity with the particular activity, then it is called as explicit intent. But in practical, it is impossible to know the activity name of each and everyone. That is, we don't know what is the activity name of browser. We don't know what is the activity name of dialer. We don't know the activity name of WhatsApp. So that during those cases, we should not map the particular page, map our page into the given page, so that we are moving towards implicit intent. I repeat, the explicit intent means that the current page is mapped with the next activity. The current activity is mapped with the next activity. The next activity's name is known to us. If it is known to us and if we use this, then it will be called as explicit intent. If we don't know the activity name, then we have to move towards implicit intent. So this is what the explicit intent, and we will get into the implicit intent in the next session. Thank you.